Hi, I'm Joe, co-host, producer, and resident idiot here at the Clear the Backlog podcast. When we were recording this podcast, we thought it would be nice to have some video to go along with it. Unfortunately, OBS thought otherwise. Now, future episodes will have video, but for now, please enjoy what I've managed to cobble together in an afternoon, and I promise to do better in the future. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Clear the Backlog podcast. I am Joe, and this is Dani.
Hello.
Just to tell you just a little bit about myself, I've been playing games for 32 years now, so I've built up quite a backlog myself. I have a family, and that also causes issues when trying to catch up on older games. And I have a Steam library of over 2,500 games. So there's a lot to get through there. Dani, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I actually only got into games more recently, like 2018, basically when I bought my first PC after finally getting a job. As being a bit younger than yourself, obviously. And yeah, I basically played console games and then got a PC much later. I don't have as many games as you.
Very few people do.
But I am trying to essentially catch up on more games that I maybe have missed being a little bit younger. So like obviously stuff that you've told me about, that I should have got around to, but like was not into gaming at the time when it was like released or stuff like that. So that's kind of what I tend to focus on. Some of the stuff I already own, some of it I use this as an excuse to buy and play, basically.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely. There's a wide history out there, and we're here to explore at least some of it.
Yeah.
And that brings us to quite simply clearing the backlog. This is a sort of a challenge that I sort of came up with in the dying breaths of 2021. If anybody can remember that far back, I think we were still in lockdown then, or some variation of.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird time, and I was like, hey, why don't I play all these old games that I own? So I sort of said in our Discord, hey, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to pick 12 games, and I'm going to play those throughout the year. One game a month seems totally reasonable. Why not? And you, of course, decided to join along with a couple of other people, and we've been doing this.
Yeah, not too many.
No, there hasn't been as big a pickup as I thought, and that's why this podcast only has 2 people on it.
Yay.
But yeah, this is now the 5th year of us doing this, and we thought, why not bring the idea to everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to just remember. I think I've only got like stats or like an actual list of like 3 years, so I don't even remember the first couple of years.
So maybe it was just something I was
been
doing
going
on
that
my
long.
own then. And I was just
Maybe.
quietly playing games and writing them down like a little goblin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely got 3 years worth like tracked.
Maybe we have only been
so
doing this for
it's
3
at least
years
three,
then.
at least three.
I don't know. But the idea is
yeah.
is pretty straightforward. As I said, pick 12 games that you own, or in your case maybe don't own but know of, that you want to play through, but for whatever reason just haven't gotten to yet. So I think we might as well just start going through the games that we've picked for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, let me bring these up. The video version, if you are watching the video version, you'll see some yellow boxes beneath us right now, and these have got
Nice and bright.
our games. So, first of all, what I will say is well, I start with my first game, I suppose, and that is the game called Disillusion. Now, it is a strange little game.
I've not heard of this one.
I have watched a part of a playthrough of it, and I saw enough of it to kind of go, yeah, that looks very much my jam. That is very much something I want to play. And kind of stopped watching that, added it to my backlog pretty much immediately. It seems incredibly strange, and if there's one thing that that you know, and people listening to this will soon discover, I like strange games. I like weird stuff, and that's what this is. This is, for all intents and purposes, it's sort of like a first-person dungeon crawler, at least what I've seen of it.
Okay.
Very low resolution, very strange imagery. It was very visually striking. If you go and look at any of the gameplay of this game, you'll see just how sort of visually striking it is. But so that is my first game, and I'm sure once I've actually played it, I'll have a lot more to say about it. I've kind of intentionally kept myself in the dark on this one to kind of. I want to go in experiencing as knowing as little about it as possible.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I think that brings us on to your first game, which is... Would you like to introduce that?
It is Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, Alan Wake 2. This was... I think this was my favourite game of the year, 2023.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not that old, so it's only 2023. The reason I put this one on is because I actually had Alan Wake on my last list last year, because I'd seen it being played, or like parts of Alan Wake originally, but I had never played it myself, so I added that one to my list last year, so I played that, I want to say like middle of last year or something.
Yeah, I remember
so it's been a little bit of a break.
I remember you going through it, and... I think you quite
middle
enjoyed
to late
it at the
half.
time, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a bit of an older game. The original is.
Sure.
So like some things were not as like polished maybe as like games are now, but like I enjoyed like the concept, like the setting and everything. It was like one of my spooky ones slightly. I remember when I first saw it, when I was a bit younger, I actually was quite spooked. Whereas this time I was like, it's fine, I'll just shoot them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is always good, because I am a bit of a wimp when it comes to horror games if you can't like do anything about it. So like Outlast, I hate. Like
I hate Outlast for like just a whole different slew of reasons that we're not going to get into here, but.
Yeah, fair. But those kinds of games where you can't like fight back or whatever, like they fuck me up. So yeah, this one I like because you can like obviously fight the like figures or whatever they're called. So yeah, Alan Wake 2, so the second one, I've heard really good things about it. Obviously follows Alan Wake. No, I don't know much more other than that. I know there's the DLCs, which I think I have access to. And we're playing this through PlayStation Premium, so if it's through that, then I will.
I will say the DLCs are good, and do add like a little bit more story, but are absolutely not necessary for enjoyment of the game itself. Yeah,
and obviously for this list, the kind of completion of it, I wouldn't like include the DLC. Like if I, for whatever reason, don't have access to it,
it's an extra little thing you can get to if you fancy it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just base game for kind of this one. But yeah, not that old, but everyone says it's pretty good. I didn't pick anything from like 2025 because I feel like that's way too new for these lists. But 2023 I thought was okay, so yeah.
Nice. All right, moving on to my second game, and sort of following on from a theme here, is a game called Mizzurna Falls.
Now, I'm trying to look at what that picture is.
What does it say? Country of the Woods and Repose. This is a Japanese PlayStation 1 game that came out late 90s, I want to say. 98, possibly?
98?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it says 98.
98. And it seems... Again, this is another game that I don't know too much about.
Yeah.
I've seen like a couple of screenshots of it, a little bit of gameplay. I believe it's an adventure game, sort of like almost like a point and click adventure, but like a third person direct control.
Okay.
But it seems like many games that came out of Japan around that time, very heavily influenced by Twin Peaks. Now, I myself am also very heavily influenced by Twin Peaks. I fucking love that show, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it. So I'm this is something that's been on my radar since it got like a proper English translation a couple of years ago. And it's been on my radar for a couple of years. I thought, you know what, now's the time. Let's play it. Let's dig into Mizzurna Falls. And
so it only got translated a couple of years
ago?
Yeah.
So it like I say, it's a Japanese PlayStation 1 game.
Right.
It never came out in the West. And it got a fan translation a couple of years ago, which is sort of how I came to learn about it in the first place.
Okay.
Because I run in weird online circles. Not those weird online circles, different weird online circles. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to jump into that and see what it entails more than anything. I love a good mystery. I love PlayStation 1 jank, and I think this is going to have it in spades. So let's see what's going on with that.
Yeah, sounds like a good assumption.
let's hope so, eh? Let's hope it's everything I want it to be. All right, shall we have a look at your second game if you want to introduce that?
Yeah, so my second game is one of those ones that like I missed along the way, I guess. Didn't really know about it until I started my PC gaming phase, and it is Black Mesa, which is the Half-Life 1 remake. So haven't played any Half-Life games. So thought we'd change that this year.
It's a good series. It's a good series.
So I've heard, and obviously everyone's all hyped about, like, well, nothing confirmed, but like Half-Life 3 everyone wants. So I figured I'd try and figure out what the whole deal was.
Yeah.
Obviously remake, so it's not going to be like as hard to get through as obviously if you played the original. I imagine it probably would, because I'm someone who I don't mind like older games. I've played some older games and it's fine. But it does have an effect on like how much you enjoy it, for me anyway. If something's hard to control or like a bit janky, like I know you said obviously like you don't mind the janky, you quite like the janky.
I love the jank.
I am less lovable of the jank.
Perhaps this goes back to our separate histories with video gaming. Like I was there at the advent of the PlayStation. I got one. I couldn't even tell you what year, but it wouldn't have been long after it came out here in the UK. Although my formative sort of gaming experiences were with the Mega Drive, it really kind of exploded with the advent of the PlayStation. So, you know, nostalgia plays heavily into that. Absolutely, it does. I love weird, janky PlayStation games, but we've come a long way since then, and some of those games can be hard to go back to. And I'm sure somebody's been out there doing some sort of 3-hour-long YouTube essay about when games are considered retro and when they're no longer easy to play anymore. If not, I'm going to make that myself. But yeah, I agree, and I've seen Black Mesa, and I've not played it myself. I have played the original Half-Life, so it'll be interesting to get your input, your aspect on that.
Yeah, I think release of Black Mesa was like 2020, maybe.
That sounds right. I think it's one of those projects that was in development for years and years and years and years.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Eventually released.
I mean, I mean, six years now, like not that old really. So I'm hoping it's a decent amount more polished than the original would have been. But who knows? Maybe they've lifted a little bit, and we'll see. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see what all the hype is about. I don't actually, again, know much about many of my list games. I don't know what to expect with Half-Life.
All right.
Basically.
Well, I look forward to hearing your thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go on to. I suppose we'll go on to my next list game, which is a little game known as Ninja Gaiden. Now, for the audio listeners, that is the 1998-1999 NES Ninja Gaiden, the original, and some might say the best. I don't really know. All I really know about this game is it is very, very difficult.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
I believe it is. I've seen speed runs of it. Because it's a fun game to speedrun, apparently. But it's one of those early NES games that kind of it is made longer by its difficulty. This goes back to an era of video gaming where you would rent video games from a Blockbuster. And you'd have them over a weekend and play them, or if you did buy them, you'd be playing it for a very long time because video games were expensive. Video games there weren't nearly as many of them as there are nowadays, so the choice was less. And so if you had a game, you wanted that game to be able to last you a long time, and a way that a lot of developers did that was by just cranking the difficulty all the way up. So yeah, I look forward to bashing my head against that one.
It's gonna take you a week because it should take you a day.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want some snot-nosed 6-year-old renting a game from Blockbuster and beating it in the 3 days they've got it over the weekend or something.
That was always the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like how quickly can we beat this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I look forward to going through that. And I suppose we can throw it over to your next game.
Back to me? Yep. So my next game, I have played the demo of this game. It is Dredge. So that's how I basically found this game. Would have been years ago now, but played the demo of it. Really enjoyed what I played of it. But I don't know. I guess I was saving money. Didn't buy it. And then I think you gave me a code for it, actually.
That sounds right. Yeah, probably.
At some point since then.
I have bought this game. I've played it. I've completed it.
Yeah.
So I probably got a duplicate code through some Humble Bundle or something, and just passed that over to you.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
That tends to be how I get a lot of my games. Actually. This is also on PlayStation Premium, so if I hadn't already got it, I could have played it on that anyway.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd been wanting to play this for a while, but yeah, only more recently, I think in the last kind of year, he gave me the code. So now I have it, and now I can play it. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one. This is basically a fishing.
Yeah, it's a fishing game. I would say it's spooky cozy vibes.
Sure.
With some good fishing in it, and yeah, it's a nice little loop and a fun
and dredging, of course,
and dredging, obviously, it's Dredge.
So yeah, what I know about it is, obviously from the demo you could get so far, is basically there's like an island that's your main base where you can do like upgrades and stuff like that to your boats and like sell fish and that kind of thing, and then yeah, you like go out on the water, catch fish, come back, sell them, and the loop continues. But there's like other like mysteries maybe or something, like some other things going on, not just
Yeah,
that.
there is.
So
Worth mentioning, there is a day-night cycle in the game.
yes.
So during the day, lovely cozy fishing game, and at night, the monsters come out.
Yes, I definitely in the demo had a bit of time in nighttime when I was just like, I'm just going straight back. I don't want to be out here. And I would like book it for the port and just be like, I'm sleeping. I'm not going out at night.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
I not to spoil too much, but I do really enjoy Dredge. I think it's a very, very fun time.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a shorter one as well compared to some of these other ones you'll see on my list soon. So that'll be a nice one to kind of crack through in maybe like a week or two rather than months, as some coming up.
Yes, I'm sure
So,
we'll get to the
Stay tuned.
slightly longer games in a bit.
Yeah.
Hi, I'll go on next with my fourth game. A game I know a little bit about, I suppose. Pacific Drive.
I've
I know
heard this name a lot, and I don't actually know anything about it. Like
it had been
I
on
feel
my
like I know stuff about it, but I don't.
it had been on my radar for a while because it kind of feeds into a couple of my my own personal tastes, let's say. And it's a good follow-on from Dredge, because as Dredge is a horror fishing game, this is a horror driving game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I definitely own this game.
Oh, right, okay. I got this recently. I think I
yet.
got this recently because I wanted to play through it, and I'd heard sort of like conflicting things about it. Like some people said it was really good, some people said it doesn't quite deliver on what you want it to do. So I was like, okay, I'll get it, and I'll check it out for myself.
I'll be the judge for myself.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's a horror driving game set in the Pacific Northwest. You seem to be driving through woods. Again, it's just Twin Peaks, but in a car. So,
Sure.
yeah. Again, that's about as much as I know about it. It looks really cool, and I do look forward to playing that one at some point.
Cool.
Yeah.
My next again?
Yeah. You're up.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so this next one is a bit weird because it's not a full game. It is a DLC. So this one is the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. So I don't know when I played Elden Ring. It must be a couple of years again now back. But I loved Elden Ring. For context,
As
I think
so many people did.
I think I've played all this. I think I've played all the Souls games now. The only other thing I don't think I've played Souls-wise is the DLC for Bloodborne.
Okay.
Which I know you have the feelings.
I have thoughts and feelings about Bloodborne. Again, I'm not going to go into.
I like Bloodborne, but anyway, yeah. So I played like Soul games previous to Elden Ring. So a lot of people's for Elden Ring, it was like a gateway Souls because it was this open world and you could like go and do some dungeons if you were struggling with the main boss and like get levels and that kind of thing. So in that way, you didn't have to like whack your head off the wall as hard potentially as some of the other games where it's like this is the path and you can fight tiny little mobs, but you're not going to get many souls for that kind of thing. So whereas Elden Ring, you can go find upgrades and stuff like that and come back basically. So it can be a good one for starters, but for me it wasn't. It was just another good Souls game.
Yeah.
Not my favorite, but like pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. So this is the DLC, which I never got around to, basically.
Yeah, I think when Elden Ring came out, it was just, I don't want to say an industry-changing event, but it was massive. Everybody played Elden Ring. It was huge.
Yeah.
And then people were done with it, and several months or years later, the DLC came out. And I don't think that many people went back to play it. I didn't go back to play it, and I like you. I've played all the Souls games. So yeah, maybe this is something that I will check out separately this year. It's not on my list, maybe. So yeah.
So the problem with this one is though, because as I say, I really liked Elden Ring. I 100% achievements. I have 100% achievements in Elden Ring, which includes like going back and getting like different endings and all that kind of thing, and
Going into the new game
so
plus.
So my one playthrough, I did do a little bit of a save scumming thing to like reload a save to get some of the endings, because I couldn't be asked to do like 5 playthroughs.
No. There's some endings where
no point.
Spoilers for the end of Elden Ring, I suppose. If you've not played it yet, just go play it. Pause this podcast, go play Elden Ring, come back, resume from where you are now.
Yeah.
The only meaningful difference is the colour of the sky at the end of the game.
Yeah, something like that. There's not loads of difference. But yeah, so there was like a lot of endings. So the only file I have is this, is this one file which was on NG+. And I think I'd technically finished the game in that file, but I hadn't got many levels, I hadn't done many optional things. And when I knew about this DLC, I did go back to that file, and I tried to get to the place where you have to get to. So basically you have to defeat like a couple fairly late in the game bosses to get to this area.
I think you can get to it quite quickly if you know what you're doing. Like if you...
Oh, but I don't.
That's fair. Yeah. That's absolutely fair.
No,
absolutely.
There's so much of that game I don't remember enough of it to like. I could Google it, but like I feel like I would struggle just going from boss to boss, and like I'm not good enough to do that. Like I need more the levels. So basically, yeah, I need to get a person to that stage where I can get into the DLC.
Yeah.
And when I tried to do that on my NG+, I got messed up.
Oh no.
Like fully messed up trying to get there. Just like a random like Elder Lion that is like in Night Rain as a weak ass enemy.
Yeah.
Like a weak boss in Night Rain. Like just messed me up. And I was like, right, okay. So I've started a new file. But so part of playing this DLC this year, I have to also get
You have to get to the DLC. Yeah.
Again. And I will probably have to play a lot of the game, like I said, because I need the levels. I need to do like a bunch of dungeons, get all the upgrades, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this one's going to take a while. Like the DLC itself is quite long anyway.
Yeah.
And I also have to do all that. So this one's going to take up a hefty amount of time.
Well, good luck with that one, because I think you've also got some quite long games on your list.
I'm being very ambitious this year.
Yeah, I've kind of reined it in a little bit. I mean, I've still got some long games on my list, but this next one is not one of them. So my 5th game is a little game called Paranormasight: The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. And again, this speaks to some of my favourite things in video games, which is spooks. I love spooky games.
Yeah, some themes here. Like 4 out of 5 so far, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be a busy October, let's just put it that way. So Paranormasight, I, again, don't know too much about it. I've heard people talk about it and absolutely rave about it. I believe it is more of like a visual novel style game.
Right.
But that's more or less all I know about it. I am very interested.
Wait, what made you want to play this then? Like, where did you see it?
So when it came out, it was on my radar, listening to like a couple of the podcasts that I listened to, and a couple of people who I kind of consider that their tastes sort of align with mine. Say that this was one of the surprise games of 2023. Like this came out kind of out of nowhere. It's for those who don't know, I think it's a Square Enix game.
Oh.
So a bit of a departure for them, and it kind of came out, and people seemed to really be in love with it. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm again. I don't know too much about it. I know it's spooky. I know it's sort of very, very heavily text based. So I look forward to digging into that and doing quite a lot of reading.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. On to then my next one. So, so my next one is one that you have played.
I have played this next one, yeah.
So this is Final Fantasy VIII. So throughout the last 3 times we've done this, I tend to have a Final Fantasy game on my list.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, before we started this backlog, I hadn't played any of them. Any of them. I have now played 7, which is the one I started with.
Final Fantasy VII, not 7 games.
Oh, yeah, no. So Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, good distinction, thank you. Final Fantasy VII is where I started. So, yeah, I've also played Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth since then. After playing, obviously, the original.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of 14, but obviously that's the, like, MMO.
It's one of them.
Yeah, one of the MMOs, the main one, I think.
Yeah, I'd say
feel like
so.
more people play it.
There's people who are diehard 11 fans, but I'd say 14 is the one that's kind of the big one,
the more popular one. And then I've played 16 as well. Now, so I think was that on my list last year? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, 8 is on my list for this year.
Yes.
To try and get through a few more. So, yes, I know you're very excited about
I am
this.
very excited about this. I don't know if it was my first Final Fantasy. It might have been, but it was definitely early on and one of the games that really got me hooked on Final Fantasy as a series. And if you don't know, back when I was doing Twitch streaming, I spent, I think it was about 18 months, roughly, pretty much every day, streaming every Final Fantasy from 1 to, at the time, 15 was the latest one.
Yeah.
I've since played 16 and 7 Remake and Rebirth that have come out since 15. So yeah, 18 months of nothing but Final Fantasy games.
Damn.
That's a lot of games!
Fantasy. That was a lot of Final Fantasy, and they're not short.
They're not short. I love Final Fantasy. I do. It's one of my favourite series. And Final Fantasy VIII is definitely one of my favourite series. So I really look forward to hearing what you...
I'm hoping I like this.
I really hope you like it too. Because we're going to have some awkward conversations if you hate it.
Because
Ben Starr will be very disappointed in you.
So, for context, my boyfriend is also called Joe, right?
Yes.
So my boyfriend Joe isn't a massive fan of this game. He does like Final Fantasy in general, but he's not a massive fan of this game. So I'm interested to see whether I go Joe, this Joe, or Joe, my boyfriend Joe, to see like which I side with more, essentially, whether I like it or not. I don't think he hates it. I just don't think he's like that bothered, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
so, it is. It's very much a departure from the typical Final Fantasy kind of formula, I suppose. Is a good way to put it. So yeah, I'd be very, very curious to see what you think of it.
Yeah, that'd be good. It's also like 40 hours though. Oh my god.
Yeah, 40 hours if you mainline the story. I think last time I played it, I put nearly 100 hours into it, but that was doing everything, and also
I won't be doing everything.
I just love Final Fantasy.
I can tell you that for sure. I won't be doing everything.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. There's some very esoteric sort of side quests in that game, and if you're not looking up a guide, then I wouldn't. I wouldn't bother trying to chase that UFO around. I've said too much. All right.
Oh god. Okay. Yep.
All right. We'll move on to I think my next game, which is a little game known as Shenmue II. So last year I played through all of Shenmue 1, and for all its faults, for everything that it kind of is very slow with, it tells a very compelling story. And I want to see that story through. So, yeah, I'm going to continue on. Shenmue 1 tells a story of Ryo, who is a martial artist's son, trains with his father in the dojo. One day, a mysterious man shows up and kills his father. And it's basically the story of Ryo's revenge, going to track down Landi, the man who killed his father. And again, Shenmue 1 set entirely in a very small area of Japan. And at the very end of Shenmue 1, Ryo boards a boat to go to Hong Kong to try and track down Landi. He knows that Landi's gone to Hong Kong, so he's following behind. And I have played Shenmue 2 a little bit before I even knew what Shenmue 1 was. I got it. It came out on the original Xbox back in like the early 2000s, and it came as 2 discs in the box, and the Shenmue 2 game disc and the Shenmue 1 movie. It was a DVD of essentially all the key cutscene moments and certain spliced in gameplay of the story of Shenmue 1.
This is the one you showed me.
This is the one that I showed you. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm aware of this.
It's a bizarre thing, but I completely, I get it. It's a big story, and if you don't know the story of Shenmue 1, going into Shenmue 2, which is a direct sequel, kind of makes sense. So I played. So I did watch I think it's about an hour or 70-minute long cutscene compilation of Shenmue 1 on DVD on my Xbox, original Xbox, back in 2001 or whenever this game came out, and then started to play Shenmue 2. And at the time, I was just kind of like, nope, screw this. This game sucks. I don't want any part of it. No. So here we are, some 25 years later. I've matured.
So
I've matured as a person, and I am interested to see how Shenmue 2 feels compared to this. So I will be playing the Shenmue 1 and 2 collection for PC, as opposed to the original Xbox version. Though I do still have that on a shelf over there somewhere. Yeah. So I'm curious to continue that story and see where it sort of goes from.
Is that story like end there, or is there a Shenmue 3?
There's a Shenmue 3.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Yeah. Shenmue 3 came out quite recently.
Okay.
There was something like a 17-year gap between Shenmue 2 and Shenmue 3.
So Shenmue 3 next year's list.
It's entirely possible, provided I get through Shenmue 2.
3 years in a row.
3 is most likely going to be on next year's list. Spoiler for Clear the Backlog 2027.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so the thing is, even with Shenmue 3, that's not the end of the story. There are more games in the series. I think Yu Suzuki, the writer, director, creator of the Shenmue games, has kind of said he wanted it to be an 8-part saga. So
Whoa.
I think he's gone on record as saying like Shenmue 1, 2, and 3 make up about 40% of the overall story.
God.
So
That's...
I'm expecting this to be just the worst in every single way. I'm expecting the worst going into this, and hopefully it does not disappoint.
Oh my god, you've been playing these games when you're like 80.
Yeah, well, if Yu Suzuki,
how old's he though?
Well, exactly, yeah. If Yu Suzuki can keep on making them, then I'm gonna keep on playing them, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So my next one is Hades. So, I think I've had a roguelike on my list most years. I tend to quite like a little bit of variety in my list, so this is my roguelike for the year, essentially. I never played Hades when it came out, but I've been raved to about it. People like at work, friends, like generally who love it. I generally haven't liked roguelikes much.
Hey, same. I think I've come to the realization that I really just don't like roguelikes.
I think I don't either, but we'll see. So I keep trying them. There's some that I like,
Sure.
So I played Returnal this year, last year even. It's now 2026.
It is now 2026, yeah.
It's now 2026. So I played Returnal last year, which is kind of a roguelike.
Yeah, no, I'd say it absolutely is, yeah.
I think the thing about roguelikes that I don't like is the feeling that, like, and this is probably going to say that I just don't like roguelikes, but RNG being like, okay, you have like one bad RNG and like your run's dead,
sure.
or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or you've done a whole run, it seems to be going well, like, yeah, it goes wrong, and then it feels like you've wasted like an hour. It depends obviously how long the runs are.
Yeah.
At least with Returnal, when I played that, it didn't feel as bad because you were getting like the permanent upgrades, and I know that's less roguelikey than actual like a more traditional roguelike is more like you learn the knowledge and
I think it falls into the roguelite category. I think
sure
you'd have to ask other people. I'm not the most knowledgeable.
So I think my issue from it comes with the idea that like you're not making progress, even though you're learning things, and some of them obviously you get the permanent upgrades, so that's like, you know, fine. But in my head I'm like, I wasted 3 hours. I don't have this time.
That is very much my feelings towards it. I don't like replaying. I generally don't like replaying games. There are very few games that I will go and replay for fun because I want to.
Yeah.
So having to replay the first, second, whatever it is, level, stage, whatever it is in a roguelike game, I find it very, very tedious. I really just do not enjoy that aspect of those games.
Especially if it takes a similar amount of time every time, so you're not getting like shortcuts or like you're not getting through them quicker because of these extra things. It's just like, yeah, okay, I'm doing this, but it's still easy as well. So you're like, like, what's the point? It's not even a challenge in some ways.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just a whole weird thing. But this one has been raved about a ton. I think quite a few places were like game of the year.
Yeah, it was a huge success the year it came out.
Yeah, 2020, I think. So like
around
kind of
then,
COVID times, maybe everyone was playing it during then. But yeah, I've also got a lot of friends who love this game and want me to play it. So I actually bought this one in the winter sale that's just gone. So I now own it, but I did not. And again, it's an excuse to spend money on video games. But here we are. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Roguelike, something about gods and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll learn about Zagreus in time, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay, so for the next game on my list, I think we're about halfway through now. I think that was our 6th game, so we're getting there.
Yep.
Getting there. So yeah, my next game on the list is Sonic Frontiers. For my sins, I am a Sonic fan. I'm not a mega fan. I'm not a huge Sonic person. I don't love like all of the games. So yeah, it's I don't know. I've heard interesting things about Sonic Frontiers. I have kind of I don't know what you'd call it. I'm just
it's a 3D one.
It's a so it is 3D. It's the sort of the game that coined the open zone.
Okay. Right.
The open zone gameplay, and what it does is it combines that 3D sort of open zone. It's like a smaller open world, with sort of more 2D levels. So It looks interesting. I'm curious to see how it plays. We'll get to it. We'll have a look. We'll find out. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll get there. That's the main thing. Is like I'll have a look at it. I've played it a little bit, and it kind of seemed really interesting. And I kind of just want to. I miss the days of playing Sonic games. Like I said much earlier that I sort of cut my teeth as a gamer on the Mega Drive, and a lot of that was with Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I yearn for those days. I wanna go back, man.
For the simpler times.
Yeah, exactly. So I want Sonic to be good again, and we kind of got that with Sonic Mania several years ago. That was a good Sonic game, and I really enjoyed playing Sonic Mania, and I want to go and play it. Play something else that is good and Sonic related.
Good Sonic.
Yeah, good and Sonic. A couple of years ago, I put Sonic Adventure, I think it was the first one, on my list, because that was a game that I played a lot of, and really liked, but never actually finished. So I went through and I played all of Sonic Adventure, and again, it's not a great game, but I love it for its weird, janky charms. It's a lot
You're allowed.
I'm allowed. It's all right. Hey. So yeah, Sonic Frontiers. Hopefully, it's not terrible. That's all I can say at this point.
That's all we hope for all of these games, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to my next one, which is the longest of my list.
And oh boy, is it long.
It's pretty long. Yeah. It is Metaphor ReFantazio. Once again, I try to put a long JRPG in every year for some reason, because I hate myself, I guess. I hate having spare time. So I've played Persona 5 Royal and Persona 4 Golden in the last couple of years. Love both those games. This is by the same people, but it's not Persona, but it's basically Persona.
Yeah, that's what it's Persona for the fantasy sickos. Yeah.
Yeah, so Metaphor ReFantazio, I don't know what the name it really means, but yeah, it's basically Persona, so it's essentially so people who don't know Persona, it's essentially a
very long RPG.
Long RPG.
A lot of social aspect to it.
Yeah, it focuses on social links between characters. So you're the main character. Mm-hmm. There's all your friends around you, essentially. And by hanging out with your friends, you gain social links. And that improves, like, your powers and that kind of thing. And that comes into play when you go through dungeons and you use your persona, which is, from the Persona game, the equivalent in Metaphor.
It said the name of the game, like, oh my god!
A little, like, battle buddy, essentially, that like, will battle for you, and you go through dungeons and all that kind of thing.
Like a stand for the JoJo fans.
So, basically, I mean, I don't know JoJo, so I don't know how that means, but...
People got it, they laughed, it was good, we'll move on.
Yeah, okay. So that's the game. It's, like I said, very long, like 60 to 100 hours.
Yeah, these games do tend to go.
They go. And I quite enjoy them as well, even though they are really long. Like, I really enjoyed the others, so I probably will do a lot of it, so it will take me a while. So that's probably going to be split out, like, over the year, rather than all in one, so that I don't get, like, fatigued, hopefully. But yeah, looking forward to getting into that.
Cool.
But yeah, I do have to spread them out.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think one a year is admirable. I think if I'm not the biggest Persona fan. I've tried playing 4 Golden, 5 Royal. I tried playing the original Persona for the PlayStation 1 a couple of years ago, and just none of it ever really clicked with me. I don't know if that's a personal failing, whether that's like, if I'd given it more of the attention it deserved, would I have enjoyed it more? But I've tried to play Persona 4, I think 4 times, and each time bounced off for different reasons.
I think a lot of the appeal of those games is the characters.
Yeah.
As opposed to the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do find a lot of the gameplay in Persona to be tedious at best. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not for everyone for sure. But yeah, I played the last one I played.
And I say that fully knowing
year,
that Final Fantasy is tedious at times.
Yeah. So I've had like a year break, so I'm ready for another one now.
Cool. I know quite a few people who thought it was the game of the year. The year it came out. People love that game. One of my friends refuses to finish it because then it's over, and
oh no,
she can't spend any more time with these people. Yeah, like I say, people really love that game.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, these are my friends. All right, I'll move on to the next game on my list. Is one that I've been interested in for a very long time. It is System Shock. This is the version I'm going to be playing is the 2023 remaster. System Shock is one of those games where old head PC players will tell you that this was the game. I think more specifically System Shock 2 was the one that really hit for people. But System Shock kind of became or has very much a lot of shared DNA with BioShock, a series that I actually do really like. Or at least I did last time I played those games. I heard they haven't aged particularly well. Let's not get into that too much right now. So yeah, I'm curious to see where System Shock sort of sits in that. I very curious from a historical standpoint what that game is like. Like I say, it's I'll be playing the 2023 remaster, so not especially. It's what we were talking about earlier with the controls and such. The jankiness.
Yeah.
I imagine, I don't really know, but I imagine like a lot of that stuff has sort of been ironed out, at least in the controls, and ported to like a modern way of playing it. I don't know. I don't have any experience with the original. I've never even touched it, so this will be a whole new experience. For those who don't know, System Shock, like BioShock, first-person shooter, but more of like an immersive sim, from what I understand. It's more problem-solving, finding your way throughout. I think you're in a spaceship that's been taken over by like a rogue AI, and sort of fighting against her and whatever forces she's able to throw at you. So very curious to actually dig into that and see what the story's all about, see how it plays, see what, essentially, for a lack of better words, see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah. Right. Another one for me.
We're getting through them. It's all right. We're gonna keep going.
We're getting through them.
We're getting there.
There's so many. Okay, so next one for me is Paradise Killer, which is another one that you've been telling me to play. So you are responsible for this.
Yeah. This is my fault.
I don't really know much about this, other than it's like a detective mystery exploration type thing. I think it's first person.
First person. First person.
Yeah, so that's literally all I know. I don't know what it's about. Like, it's a mystery. It's a mystery to me, and it is a mystery of a game, so that's good. we'll figure it out as I go through, basically.
This I don't remember what year this game came out. It might have been my favorite game of that year. Something else might have come out. I absolutely adore this game. It's probably in one of I don't know. I've never like really sat down and done like a my top 10 games. Maybe one day
Yeah.
I'll do that maybe, and stream it so we can all point and laugh at the guy with the weird taste. But Paradise Killer is probably up there in one of my favorite games of all time. Just everything about it, the style, the design. I love a mystery, so the whole
Yeah, I like a mystery.
yeah.
I like a mystery.
And this is a good one, and it's really, really interesting. I'm really excited for you to play this, and I hope you really enjoy it because it's so good. And
I think it looks really cool.
It
like,
has an
visually
amazing
as well.
visual style. Yeah, very sort
Yeah,
of
so-
neon colors and lo-fi music. That it just made being in that world, the world that they created is for a fairly short game. I think it's only like 15 hours if you want to do everything.
Something like that.
Yeah, but for like such a short game, it builds such a rich history to it, and such a rich stuff. Like every character has like interpersonal relationships with other characters, and you sort of tease that out of people as you talk to them, and it is just outstandingly good, this game. I love it so
I'm
much.
looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one. It's installed in my my Steam library already. It's ready to go.
Nice.
When I'm ready for it.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I really look forward to talking about it with you.
Cool.
Okay, we'll go on to
go.
my next game here. A game that, again, I feel like I should have played this at some point in my life because I just never have. And that game is Tenchu, Stealth Assassins for the PlayStation 1.
Your games are much older than mine.
Yeah, well, you know, I can, you know, when we get to 2027, we'll impose a rule for like really old games or something. But no, this is one of the oldest games on my list. I think up there with sort of not quite as old as Ninja Gaiden, but around the same kind of as Mizzurna Falls.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah, I love. I don't know too much about Tenchu as a series. I know it was quite popular back in the day. I know it's like an assassination type thing. I once watched my friend's dad play through quite a lot of it for whatever reason. That's a story for another time, but
Sure.
yeah, it looks cool in that sort of PlayStation 1 cool. And I really am interested to just finally dive in and find out what it really is all about. I think I've touched this previously. It's like a third-person action game from the PlayStation, so you can imagine all the jank that sort of comes along with that. And I think I've kind of bounced off it before. I've not really kind of interacted with it, I'll say, on any sort of serious level. So I'm going to sit down, give it a proper go, and hopefully make it through.
Hopefully click with it.
Yeah, it's like I say, I've put quite short games on my list this year because I have a history of not completing my list. So I thought, hey, if we put some... No, surely not. No.
They don't need to know that.
It's fine. I own it. It's okay. So hopefully if I put some shorter games, and this is one of the shorter ones on my list, hopefully I'll be able to blast through it with relative ease, even with sort of the PlayStation jankiness of it all.
Okay, cool. So, speaking of short games, my next one is the shortest of my list, which is Pony Island. This came up because I have Pony Island 2 on my list for when that releases, because I saw a trailer for it or whatever and added it to my upcoming list type thing. And then my boyfriend went, "Have you played Pony Island?" And I was like, "No." So I figured maybe I should play that first. It's only like a couple of hours long.
It's a pretty short experience,
I can get through this quickly. So again, going into this one with hardly any information because you guys both told me don't find anything out about it. It's like, as far as I know, just like a narrative or puzzle game or something odd. Similar maybe to Frog Fractions, which is what I played recently. So
yeah, I'd say that's not too. It's not too dissimilar from Frog Fractions
kind of
in certain aspects, certainly. I think it's a bit more of like a complete product.
Yeah, probably. My plan for this one is, like, if I'm falling behind on, like, how many games I've done throughout the year, I'll quickly do
quickly
to,
bash out
like, get my
Bloody
number
Island,
up. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's good for like short little blasts. It's sort of level structured, so you can go through the levels such and such and such.
I'm sure they'll blast. That means 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's an afternoon.
Yeah. It's a good little experience, and I think we're both very excited for Pony Island 2. Hopefully, this will give you an idea of what to expect, and then have all those expectations flipped on their heads, because that's what Daniel Mullins does. Apparently, he just kind of he likes screwing with people, I guess.
I guess so. See, well, it'll be good to play this one at least, because gotta wait for 2 anyway. So
yeah. All right, my next game on my list is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. This
is one of the few ones I've played from your list.
Have you played it, or have you finished it?
I've played it.
Okay.
I've not finished it.
Okay. So I've also played this. I got this on the original Xbox, I think, when it came out. And really, really enjoyed playing it. It's a weird little... It's like Metal Gear Solid if Metal Gear Solid took itself seriously. Really strange, almost like a mill sim, kinda. It was one of the early games that was like, this area here is really shadowy, and if you stand here, people won't be able to see you as well. And this area over here is the light, and if you stand here, people are going to see you and shoot you and kill you. So I played a little bit of it back on the original Xbox some 20 odd years ago. Again, never really gelled with me. I never kind of fully understood what the game was trying to do, and I was like just barely getting through the missions, because if you get seen, it's not an instant game over, but it might as well be. So I'm kind of...
I played this with my brother. I'm fairly sure he bought it, and then I played some of it, but I don't remember anything about like the story or the missions. I just remember playing small snippets of it, basically. So I know what it's about, like kind of style and gameplay wise, but I do not remember the whole plot or anything like that, if there was one.
I'm sure when I come back and start listing off bullet points, you'll all be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe my memory is just bad.
Oh yeah, I mean there is that. That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So my next one is Pseudoregalia. So Pseudoregalia is a 3D Metroidvania platformer type game, where you play as this little bunny gal you can see on the picture. She has like this stick or something, and she like jumps and dashes and, you know, all the basic Metroidvania type stuff.
Yeah.
And this is again another fairly short one. I think when it originally came out, it also didn't have a map, and now it does.
No,
which
it did
will make
not have a map, and that's how I played it.
Yeah, than that, because I know that is sometimes an issue remembering where the hell you are and how it connects to other places. So that'll be a bit more helpful. But I've heard good things about this from yourself, and my boyfriend who's played it. Both have said it's a lovely little game, and
it really is.
I'm excited to give it a little play.
Yeah, it's got some of the some of the smoothest and most fun motion in a video game that I've played in a very long time. It's just nice to move around in that world, in that game. Everything sort of goes together so well. All the upgrades you get really do kind of play off each other in a really fantastic way. And yeah, I'm really excited for you to have a go at that and let us know how you feel.
I don't imagine there's much of a story.
I think it's mainly just
the gameplay aspect of this one.
There's very little sort of writing in the game, I believe. It's a lot of... I don't recall there being much of a story. I can't... It certainly isn't like impactful or anything,
Yeah, how it plays, basically. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
All right.
Back to you.
Back to me. My next game. We're getting through it now. We're down to the last two each.
Yeah, nearly there.
My second to last game is Undertale.
And this is the only other one of your list.
This is the only other one that you've played, right? So I've played this.
I have played and finished it.
I've played this. I've played maybe about 4 hours and dropped off. Part of the reason that I didn't play through Undertale previously was because I'd never played Earthbound.
Oh, okay.
Earthbound is sure, but you don't have the same brain sickness I do, where I have to play through like all the games in the series in order. So having now played Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound in previous years, I think now it's time to give Undertale a proper go and give it the attention it really deserves. And like I say, I've played about 4 hours, which I guess is maybe like a little under half of the game. It's not. I don't think it's massively long.
It's not a long game.
Yeah. So I do remember liking what I played of it back when I did play it. It's
excuse me, please. Sorry.
It's alright. Yeah, JRPG, sort of subversive. Is it subversive? Is that the right word, or is it just kind of like subverts the genre? I suppose.
This is a bit of a weird game, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know really what category it fits into. I don't even know if it does go in a category based on what I played. But I really enjoyed it. I think you probably will too. The fans of this series have a lot of feelings about it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be very careful about what I say about Undertale on a podcast.
Yeah, probably. Obviously, we'll talk more once you finish it, because I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll kind of explain my thoughts about that afterwards. But I think it's really good. I really like the style of it as well.
Yeah, the writing seems really charming from what I've seen, what I've played.
Yeah, it is.
It seems like it's just a very well written game, with some really good gameplay aspects to them. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, that one will be good. Right, so my next one is one that I will be playing on the Switch, and it is Super Mario 64. I wanted to add a Mario game in because I haven't played very many of them. I played, oh god, what was it? Super Mario, which one was it? Let me just double check. Oh no, where is it? Oh no, where is it?
No.
Oh no, I can't find it because it must have been more than 3 years ago. So the other Super Mario one, or Mario.
The other Super Mario game. You can imagine
the one
which one that might have been.
SNES?
Super Mario
SNES
World?
One? Yeah.
Let's say yeah.
Let's go with that. I think it was. So I played Super Mario World, must have been more than 3 years ago now, because it's not on these lists, but I definitely played it as a backlog. And it was one where it was like, play the classics, play the Mario.
Sure.
So I was like, I should put another Mario on. Boyfriend's got a fair few of them on Switch. So we're playing this one on Switch, and it was like between this one or like Galaxy, basically. So I went for this one because, you know, Nintendo 64, pretty classic. So yeah, it's a Mario game platformer, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I think
sure I like Mario.
if you like Mario, you're probably going to like Super Mario 64. I mean, it's one of the most influential games possibly
that's
ever.
That's another reason why I picked it. Because, you know, it did a lot.
Yeah,
it did a
exactly.
lot.
And my feelings about the Mario series aside, I'm not big into platformers. I don't particularly like Mario 64. Surprise! The guy who doesn't like platformers doesn't like Mario 64.
Yeah.
And I've tried, but I just don't care enough. Maybe I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll come back to them and something will finally click. And you know, Mario games, yeah.
But yeah, that is the oldest one on my list for sure. It's Nintendo 64. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You know, play it on the Switch. My only Switch game on the list. Play it on the sofa probably.
Nice.
But
that's what it's good for.
Yeah, it's nice and cozy.
Yeah, exactly. Right, we'll get on to our last games. Hey. Starting with my last game, Yakuza Dead Souls. Why oh why would anybody want to play Yakuza Dead Souls? Well, I've played all the other Yakuza games, and this is the only one I haven't played. So why not? Let's see. I've heard it's awful. I know people who love the Yakuza series vehemently say this is the worst game they have ever played.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know much. I don't know too much about it. It's a Yakuza spin-off game, not part of the main series. Zombies have taken over Kamurocho, and it's up to the old Yakuza team to take him down. So I'm kind of looking forward to that silliness.
Looks like they have some fairly big guns on
They
that
do.
picture.
It does look like they've got some big guns. Yeah. I really don't know much beyond that. It's a Yakuza game, so it's probably going to be like third person beating up zombies, but this time with guns. I hope there's going to be silly side content stuff, because that's kind of what you want from a Yakuza game.
That's Yakuza.
Maybe that's why people are so angry at it. Maybe it doesn't have any of that silliness stuff in it. But for a game about zombies that are taking over Kamurocho, for it not to have silly stuff in just seems like a failure of concept, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, Yakuza doesn't take itself very seriously.
No, absolutely not.
It's very silly, which is what you want. So, yeah.
All right, we'll move on to your last game.
My last one. Speaking of Yakuza.
Oh hey.
My last game is Yakuza 4. And I'll play the remastered version, of course, on Steam. So I've been playing a Yakuza game a year, basically. Trying to catch up because I hadn't ever played them. Obviously, you rave about them as like a really good series.
Yeah.
Started with 0, which will have been, 4 years now ago, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I think maybe we did do 4 years, because I've got 3 written down, and I definitely did Yakuza 0 in the first one, so I think maybe we did.
Yeah, maybe we just didn't.
But anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, so Yakuza 1, 2, 3, and now I'm on 4.
Oh, hey, check that out.
So there we go. It's just basically continuing on from 3 on 4. Simple. I don't know where the story goes, obviously.
I think you'll be
what happens. But...
I think you'll be a little bit surprised with Yakuza 4. It's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite, but I think it's up there. I think some of the things it introduces are really cool, and if you know, you know. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what you come back with, your feelings on Yakuza 4, and potentially going into Yakuza 5 next year.
Yeah, I mean, I only played Yakuza 3 recently.
Yeah.
Near the end of this year just gone, so this probably will be later half of the year this year. Just have a little bit of a gap because again they're decently big.
They're pretty
depending
big.
on how much you
Yeah.
do. And like I like to have a bit of a gap, so it probably won't be till the second half of this year. This one, but yeah, it'll be good. Last I heard, Kiryu was hanging out with some orphans, looking after some orphans. So we'll see
He does
still
like
at
to
the
do
orphanage.
that.
So we'll see if he's still at the orphanage or what that silly fool gets up to. You know.
All right.
It'll be good to check in with him again.
All right, we did it.
Yeah.
We made it through the list. Should we just do a quick rundown of each of our lists from beginning to end? I'll start.
Yeah, sure.
Disillusion, Mizzurna Falls, Ninja Gaiden for the NES, Pacific Drive, Paranormasight, The Seven Mysteries of Honjo, Shenmue II, Sonic Frontiers, System Shock, Tenchu, Stealth Assassins, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Undertale, and Yakuza Dead Souls.
And for me, I have Alan Wake 2, Black Mesa, aka the Half-Life 1 remake, Dredge, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, Final Fantasy VIII, Hades, Metaphor ReFantazio, Paradise Killer, Pony Island, Pseudoregalia, Super Mario 64, and Yakuza 4 Remastered.
Good couple of lists there, I think. I think we're both going to have a great year of gaming ahead of us.
Yeah, that's no doubt. There's no doubt we're going to be playing more than just that as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think there's quite a lot of games coming out this year that I'm quite interested in playing. And I know we've both made lists about games that we think might be interesting to us. We might be interested in. We've gone on for quite a while now, but is there anything that you really want to shout out, game wise, that you think is coming out this year that you're gonna want to play?
There's just two things basically that I really want to play, and that's Silksong DLC because I loved Silksong last year. But there's no date for that yet, but supposedly is meant to be coming out this year. And then the only other thing is Cairn, which is like a climbing game coming out at the end of this month. And yeah, it's basically just rock climbing, and I do indoor bouldering, so I quite like the idea of a climbing game. I played the demo. It was pretty good. Pretty realistic as far as climbing games go. So I want to see that.
I will play the demo for that one of these days, I swear. On my PC for years at this point, probably. There's quite a lot of games that I'm really interested in. I'm just going to run through them really quickly. We've got TR49, Romeo as a Dead Man, Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dead Ties, Reanimal, Resident Evil Requiem, Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly Remake, Screamer, Pragmata, Saros, Phantom Blade Zero, Ace Combat 8, Art Game Log, Aquanauts Holiday, Big Walk, Deca Police, Gecko Gods, Gunmetal Gothic, Incombini, One Store, Many Stories, Luna Abyss, Mina the Hollower, Onimusha, Way of the Sword, Ontos, Parasite Mutant, Showa, American Story, Sinking City 2, Slay the Spire 2, Stupid Never Dies, There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, Withering Realms, Zero Parades for Dead Spies, and then possibly, if I get round to it, if I find some time, I might want to play these games. Don't Stop Girly Pop, Dread Meridian, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, Clue, Murder by Death, Welcome to Dolltown, Kuminatai, Old School Slaughter, Forbidden Solitaire, Clive Barker's Hellraiser, Revival, and Barcore. Some of those games may not be coming out this year. That's a lot of games. Some of those games have confirmed 2026 release dates. Some of them do not. Some I might just buy and then let them sit in the backlog for another year. All right.
Yeah.
that was a lot of games to go through in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Is there?
So many games.
Let's start wrapping it up here. So just before we go, do you have any plans? What's your first list game going to be? What are you gonna
So I think my plan is for Alan Wake 2. It's PlayStation Premium, which might be running out. I might not be renewing in June.
Okay.
So I want to get it done out the way
Yeah.
so that I don't have to worry about whether I'm renewing it or not. So that's probably going to be my first one, but I might sneak a little Pony Island 2-hour afternoon somewhere as well in the next month as well.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean,
Get ahead of it.
yeah, absolutely. Get ahead of it. I think my plan is I'm going to go for a quick win. I'm going to get my shortest game out of the way straight away. I'm going to go Ninja Gaiden. I say it's my shortest game. Supposedly only 3 hours, but God only knows how long it's going to take with the difficulty and whatever else. I'm going to say it now. I'm not against just save stating and going through the entire game that way. I'm not here to prove that I am a god gamer. I'm just here to see what the whole fuss is about. I've also got some games that I bought in the Steam Winter Sale that I want to play. So no doubt I'll come back the beginning of next month and be like, I've played all these games and none of them are on my list, because that's what I do.
Yeah. That's how it tends to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. I think we can start wrapping it up here. I'll first off just start by saying, if you want to get in contact with us, you can do. I think I should have looked this up beforehand. I didn't. I think the email address is emails@clearthebacklog.com. Send us an email. I will double check the email address for next time. If you've got any comments on the games that we are playing, let us know. Hey, reach out. We are just an email away. If you are at an awkward social event and you need something to do, just whip out your phone and send us an email. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right. Dani, thank you very much for taking the time to join me
no problem.
in this. We'll be back at the beginning of next month with a progress update, the February progress update looms over us all. I want to say thank you very much for being here. Do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, just thanks for tuning in if you have, and hopefully see you next time. Also need to give credit to our intro music, which was amazing.
Yes.
That's by Kevin MacLeod, is how you say it?
I think it's Kevin MacLeod.
Kevin MacLeod, right. Yes, go for it.
Yeah, shout outs to Kevin MacLeod. Thank you very much for the vast amount of music that you have available. We, for our intro and outro music, are using Aerosol of My Love by Kevin MacLeod. You can find him at incompetech.com. Or a quick Google search of Kevin MacLeod will get you there, I'm sure. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Side note.
Okay.
He does cursor dancing on his videos
he does.
on YouTube, which is we love.
We love Kevin MacLeod and his dancing cursor here at Clear the Backlog.
Yeah, go check it out.
Go check it out. Absolutely, go check him out. Listen to his music, watch his dancing cursor. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for listening.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dani, for being here, and we'll see you next time.